Have you just started playing or want to play Urban Jungle? You might be making some common mistakes, but don't worry, these are some must-know tips that will help you build the perfect cozy space without any stress. Hello everyone, and welcome back. So if you're new to Urban Jungle or want to find out a little bit more about it before playing, I have spent some time figuring out what works because it's easy to get overwhelmed with all the plant choices and all of the decoration. So today I'm going to share with you my essential tips on how to create the perfect cozy space. So whether you are playing the story mode or the creative mode, hopefully this will help. So let's get into it. So the first tip is pay attention to your plant's needs. So certain plants have certain needs and meet certain conditions. So you need to match them to the right spots depending on whether they want light, humidity, they like certain plants and hate certain plants. You need to keep that in mind as you're playing. The easiest way to do this is once you have got your plants, you can see above the plant it has three little symbols. That is a sun symbol, a humidity symbol, and a love symbol. So if it is crossed out, it means it doesn't need it. So for example, it doesn't need sun or it doesn't need humidity. And then the little star, if it is in yellow, it means it is next to a plant that it loves. And this is going to give you more points so that you can progress further on in the levels. Tip 2 is experiment with arrangements. So you can move plants freely around the space. They don't have to be in a specific order or a specific pattern. They don't even have to be in their needs humidity, needs light order. It is a cozy decorating game, so it's whatever feels right for you and whatever you want it to look like. So you can create a cozy space that you are happy with. So just move plants around and see what looks good and what you are happy with. And this goes along with tip 3. You can personalize your space. So you can move every decoration and most of the furniture to create the ideal apartment or house that you want. Nothing is set in stone, everything is kind of movable, and it even gives you, in the story mode, it even gives you targets to hit. And it tells you to move stuff as well. So for example, it tells you to put some wilting plants in the trash, or it tells you to find a cup and mug and put that on a dresser. So everything is movable. So if you don't like where it is placed when you get into the game, just move it. If you want to move a plant and you are moving it away from its light source or its humidity, sometimes you will decrease in points, and that is absolutely fine. The points are there to progress through levels, but you can always just buy more plants to increase your points again. It's not so much of a big deal in this game because there are no time restrictions or no high pressure areas. The game is designed to be stress-free, so you can do pretty much anything you'd like in the space that you are given. Tip 4 is utilize light sources wisely. So you have lovely big windows that you can use to put your plants there that need the light. And there are artificial light sources around as well in the form of lamps. And you can turn these on and off to suit the space that you are trying to design. I always have them on because it means that you can put more plants in various different areas. You don't always have to put them right by the windows. You can put plants that need light by these light sources, these lamps, and it counts towards their need light criteria. And as always, you can move these lamps around if you need to. The same goes for tip 5, use humidity sources. So every one of these levels or apartments, houses, has a humidifier, and generally it's turned off, so you have to find it and turn it on. I would combine it with a light source like a lamp so that you could add the plants that need light and humidity together, and they would look really nice there. They also have things like watering cans or buckets. Those types of things also give a humidity source as well. So try to find those around the houses, apartments before you put any plants down, and see if you want to move them or keep them where they are. And that way you can strategically put your plants where you want them to go. Tip 6 is to start off small and then think bigger. So it can be really overwhelming to start off with because you get all of these choices of plants, and you can also decorate the whole house or apartment, and you can empty boxes to put more items in here as well. But you can get carried away and put too many plants out to begin with and forget about the boxes and all of the items that are in the apartment. What I would do is have a couple of plants to start off with. You can only pick 2 at a time anyway, and there is always 2 available that are free. So pick 2, figure out where you want those 2, then pick some things out of the boxes that are decorations, then put those down, figure out where you want those, and then grab more plants. Go back to the boxes, then more plants, and do it that way until you've got a good rhythm going and you're expanding gradually. Otherwise, it can get very overwhelming very quickly, and you're suddenly with 100 plants and they're all in a bunch in the corner and you don't know what to do with them. Tip 7 is use the book. So you get given a book, I think on the 2nd level, and it is in the top left-hand corner. It is a blue book, and when you go into it, it tells you all about the plants that are available in-game. It tells you what their needs are, it tells you what they love, what they hate, and how many you've collected and how many are available in the game. This can be really good if you are looking for a plant in particular and you cannot remember the name. It's good if you want to collect all of the plants and you are still looking for a specific plant left, or if you've got a gap in your plant collection and you need a specific plant but you don't know what it is. This gives you a really good guide of what can fit there and what can't. But it also gives you really nice little tips of real life plants. So if you were interested about getting a plant in real life, it has a little blurb at the top to tell you just a little quick snippet of this plant. So if you really liked it in game and wanted to know more, it just tells you a little bit about it, which is really nice. Tip 8 is you don't need to save the game at all. And this threw me off to start off with. But yeah, you don't need to save the game. So if you want to exit story mode and go into creative mode, if you have deleted stuff in creative mode and are working on something else but want to go back into story mode, you can just switch between the two. If you want to come out of the game completely and go back to desktop, you don't need to save the game at all. It saves to where you were exactly. And I don't know how it does it. I feel like it's magic. It's obviously not, but it saves it completely and you don't need to worry about a thing. Just play, have fun, and you don't need to worry about saving. Tip 9 is about the creative mode, but you can let your creativity guide you. So in creativity mode, there is no wrong or right way to design anything. It gives you all of the plants, all of the decor, and you can literally move absolutely everything, even the furniture in creative mode, and you can pick which level you would like to go to as well. I really love creative mode because you can create whatever you want. You can create a little bedroom, a little office, a little book nook. They absolutely give you so many items. The plants are broken down into the plant categories in that blue book, and the decor is broken down into like electronics, sofas, beds, books, gardening, miscellaneous, and like kitchen or decoration. And then in those categories, it's broken down into subcategories of each chapter. So if you don't complete the whole game, you won't get access to each item, but it's completely up to you when you want to start creative mode. As I said, it saves your progress, so you can work on something and go back to story mode, go through story mode a little bit more, and then go back to creative mode so you've unlocked more things. There is also a restart button, which takes it back to the very start of when you first went into creative mode, or there's a clear all items button. This creates a blank canvas for you, so it gets rid of every single item in the space. Think beds, sofas, kitchen worktops, ovens, microwaves, absolutely everything, and you can then decorate what you want in the space. So pick wisely, because you cannot undo, there is no undo button, and just have fun. And the last tip is all about the settings. So there isn't many settings in the game. Once you start the game, you get given a loading screen, and there is a little gear symbol which you can press. There isn't many settings here. It's a music, language, and a windowed setting. Once you're in the game, you can press the eye icon, which is I for information. In the creative mode, it tells you about the creative mode, which you can move items freely, and all about the buttons. And in story mode, it gives you a bit of a tutorial. So it tells you how the point system works, how the plants work, and how the camera and controls work. And once you're in the game, you can press the gear icon and it will take you back to the main menu. There is also a bug report, so if you find any bugs or glitches, you can actually report them to the devs. It will help them in the making of the game. Okay, so that is it. Those are the essential tips to help you build a cozy space in Urban Jungle. Let me know, are you going to play Urban Jungle, or have you got a tip of your own for people in the comments? Let me know and pop it in the comment down below. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss any more cozy gaming tips. And if you want even more cozy content like exclusive wallpapers or exclusive videos, you can join our membership. We would love to have you there. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have an amazing rest of the day wherever you are, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye!